better subscribe to Pine Tree Line Outdoors, and here's why. Have a look. It's been an incredible time. Aubrey Falls. Why are we here? What is this abomination behind us? Okay.
Hey.
Hey. Good evening, everybody.
How's it going, buddy?
Awesome. And good evening to all you listeners and watchers out there. Nice to have you back for another episode of the Heikadelic Show.
I noticed it's a new title screen there.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, good work on that.
Pretty fancy.
Yeah. So how's it going? How are you doing this week there, Heiko?
I'm doing awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm a hurting unit today, but that's my own damn fault. But I'm doing well. Yeah. Got a lot of shit done. We got another wagon full of hay bales up in the barn.
Yeah.
So
how many loads do you put up there a year?
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting close to 500 bales this year.
Okay.
Yeah, we got big ass horse.
Like a Percheron or something?
No, it's German Hanoverian. I don't know if you heard of those. It's not quite as big as a Percheron, but it's pretty big.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got a pony and we got a donkey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you the donkey?
Well, I'm his buddy, that's for sure. So how you guys doing? Well,
good.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Nothing fancy or crazy happened since I last talked to you boys?
Let's hear what happened to Ringo. I noticed he's got a Band-Aid on his hand and everything.
Oh, his ass attack or what?
Yeah. I got bit by some kind of insects. Not sure what they are. Maybe fire ants. I saw a fire ant hill, and so that developed into these big hive kind of welts, and so I went in and ended up going to emergency because it was insanely itchy. And they got they could have got like my arms or something, because mosquitoes don't really bother me, but
right.
They seem to crawl right up my shorts, and I guess they were going after. They were like most women and select gentlemen, they're hungry for the twig and berries up there. So
just going for the good stuff right away.
So I got pretty pummeled. Well, so I don't know, because honestly, I was before I noticed it, I was in my backyard looking for something in the tall grass, and I'm on a lot of acres, and so it could have been there, because I remember an anthill being there. Right. Didn't really feel anything though, so they might have been more stealthy than fire ants. And then left for Sudbury, and when I got there, we went and unloaded something late at night. So, I mean, it's really not black fly season, but the mosquitoes there are pretty bad. So I thought it might have been there. So I was in some different places. So no idea. All I know is all of a sudden, it's insanely itchy and sore. So I went into Emerge, and they put me on IV for a week.
Yeah. So that's a lot different than a mosquito bite though, right?
Yeah, it would be for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
a
I
lot
see
different than Klingons around Uranus.
I see Jake is on. Hey,
Yes. Hi, Jackie.
Hey, fun fact, Jackie. We have a guest on tonight, Johnny No Cash, Chuck, and he's actually in your hometown today, in Saskatoon. So
Really?
good to have you
So
on.
if he needs
Yeah,
a place to
that's
stay,
very cool.
you got a backyard for him, or
Yeah, he's in a van. Down by
even
the
a
river right
driveway?
now. But he'll be on. He'll be on in about half an hour. He was just texting me, so we're thrilled to have him on. We've had him on as a guest in the past, and yeah, he's quite awesome. Bling was actually saying that Johnny No Cash in the I'm wearing the Celtic Outlaws is on regular rotation on Indie Rock Radio. So Indie Rock Radio, you'll get to see Johnny No Cash live tonight if you join us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch,
Twitter, Twitch, all those good things.
all those good things. So
yeah. And hi to all the Indie Rock Radio listeners out in Montreal. We were all rooting for you to take the cup this year, but I guess we weren't as lucky as we were hoping.
In a someone français like myself, c'est la vie.
C'est la vie. Yeah, I guess so, eh?
Yeah. Poor guys.
Yeah, so all those big sports things, eh? The hockey's done, the soccer's done.
But you know what? Like they were playing what was it, Florida? Yeah. So Florida's got what, 6 wingers. They've got a really strong team, so
they do.
They're kind of
great team
from the. But you know what? I got to give Montreal credit because they did a hell of a lot better than Toronto, who is cursed with Game 7. Right? They can't get 1967. That's when they last won the Stanley Cup. Right?
Yes.
It's.
I wasn't even alive.
I think I'm going to be a Montreal fan from now. I'm going to dedicate my hockey pledge to Montreal.
There you go.
You're going to bleed red, are you?
I'm going to, yeah. I know some diehards that were so thrilled, right? But
did you see the Stanley Cup parade they did down in Florida? Did you see that? It was all over the news.
Yeah.
They did it with boats. There was hundreds and hundreds of boats all parading. They had the cup on the boat. They're holding it up and getting cheers from everybody. It was pretty spectacular.
Going to the local sandbar and having a party.
Yep,
exactly.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I think every lake has a sandbar, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I think so. Yeah. Or a rock bar or whatever.
Yeah,
Derek,
I know. I used to go to Port Perry. We used to go out off the end of the island there. And growing up, I was lucky enough that my friend's uncle owned Island Marina. So we used to get this 37-foot houseboat and party with it all weekend.
Yeah.
Like, not renting it out. Have it, boys. See ya.
Go have fun. Bye.
Great. So, Derek, I saw your post with Euro kayaking again.
Yes, sir.
With the boys, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple of kayaks I just picked up, so.
Right on. You're going to have to try it out then. You want to know something?
But
it's an old man sport.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I enjoy it. I actually have I've still got it. I've got a hybrid canoe. It's a part kayak, part canoe.
Yeah.
So that's always been fun. But the kayak, man, you can rip along pretty good with that.
Yeah, I've got a touring one for myself, so it's longer and skinnier, right? And it's great. It flies through it cuts just amazing through the water. So I gave the boys, the old Pelicans that are pretty popular right now, and the boys are loving it too. And I'm like, wow, I've finally found a bridge in between me and them, right? And we stay at the same pace.
Yeah, and it's good. Like you're outdoors with your kids a lot, and that's so healthy for kids growing up these days. I mean, if they can unplug for a little bit and get out and enjoy nature, it's life skills, right?
It is. It is.
I got to do it a couple years ago in Quebec, up in the beautiful, beautiful lake out in the mountains there in the Laurentians, and it was fun. I enjoyed it, and like you said, you can get ripping along pretty good in one of those guys. And then we went across the lake and then into a little river that came into the lake, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I would definitely do that again.
Yeah, no, the places that you can go to, right? You're not going to see it unless you go there. Even around here, you've drove. Well, you're up north of me, right? So, the rivers. There's probably 3 big rivers in between your place and my place that you can kayak on.
There's tons of them. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. There's a town just up by me called Sunderland. If you go in the one spot right in town, there's a marsh there on the east side, I guess.
On the east side, you go just like a couple hundred yards. There's a little bridge there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all snake. It's like just snakes in and out. My one buddy, he went a couple weeks ago. He's like, I was gone for like an hour and a half, and I turned back, and I've only gone like quarter of a mile.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And then we have the Talbot River here too, and we actually have the Trent system. Like it's all right here. It's really awesome. Yeah.
That's why I got a couple up at the cottage, and I got a couple at the house here. So I'm ready to go whenever.
well, we'll have to do a kayaking day. That'll be fun.
There we go. I'm actually setting something up at my cottage for some of the boys. Maybe I should get you guys to come along.
Oh yeah.
I got an extra one for you too, George, if you want to use it.
Oh, really?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I might take you up on that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's a lot of fun.
It is. And it's something that you go at whatever speed you want, right? It's kind of like when you go out bike riding, but it's easier on you. Yeah. You don't get saddle ass.
You get yourself a little electric motor or something like that and stick it on the back of those, you'd scoot along pretty good.
They actually have some that do have motors.
Really?
Yeah. There's just little engines that you put on or get, and you can propel them right between your legs. I've got one that's got like a fishing rod holder and drink holders on it and stuff. You sit in a chair. It's like, I don't know, over 2 feet wide. So it's like stable as anything, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun.
A drink holder, that must mean it's a good one.
Gotta have your drink. Speaking of which, hey, George.
Yeah, come on, George. How you doing, Phil? Nice to see you on.
Hey, Phil.
That's my favorite tune.
On a Monday night.
Yeah. So that's what we'll have to do. If we ever get together, we'll have to have a radio somewhere or play tunes, and every once in a while we'll have to throw that on, and everybody will know what to do.
Yep. That'll be fun.
What's that crazy tune you guys are playing? That's our drinking song.
Whenever I hear Hanna-Barbera songs, I want to drink.
That's right.
Who says cartoons were a bad influence?
Well,
those cartoons, those are real banana splits. They're real beings.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Hosts of a cartoon show. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are real, whatever entities.
They had their little 6-wheeled Argos bombing around in those.
Made in Hamilton.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah, it was fun. So, what about you, George? I didn't hear. How was your week?
Oh, well, England again in a shootout. What can you do?
You know how the Leafs fans feel now since.
Well, actually, it's 66, so it's 1 year less of pain for you lot. For the Leafs lot. It's 55 for us.
That's a long time.
54 for them, for the Leafs.
Yeah, but that's only once every 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So the Leafs do it every year. So, but
all right. Yeah.
In comparison, you're only a quarter of the way there.
That makes me feel better then.
But you know what? I was surprised when they came out playing. They were possession and control like for most of the first half.
Yeah, I don't
And
know. Yeah.
I'm going, holy shit, these English boys are a lot taller than the Italian guys, right?
Yeah.
And we thought it was going to go different. Like they scored right away. I thought, oh my God, it's going to be a slaughter.
Yeah.
But who knows, right?
Yeah. Someone got the tactics wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hugely.
Well, the game was good. We were cheering Italy with our Italian friends, so you have to cheer that, or you don't get to eat, right? No food for you.
No manja.
Yeah.
I actually, back in the 80s, I actually worked at played at an Italian restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Called Enzo's. It was in a place called Bolton, funnily enough, in the northwest of England. And,
Okay.
And I remember I was doing like weekends, like, Saturday night after people had eaten, they had a dance floor and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Giuseppe, who was the manager there, the GM, he said at Christmas he wanted you every night, December. I went, yeah, okay, yeah, like meaning, all the weekends. He goes, no. 1st of December to 24th of December, you here every night. I'm like, whoa,
Nice.
every night I was there, right? I did, in like 24 days, I think I did about 28 gigs because I did some stuff in afternoons. I put somebody in sometimes, but it was unbelievable.
Wow.
I was absolutely shattered at the end of it. But I bought a van with it. I bought my first van with the money I made in that 1 month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I always have an affinity for the Italians. I've known a few Italian people, so I can't hold it against them.
Yeah.
No.
The better team won on the day.
Yeah. On the day.
On the day. Yeah.
Hey, George. How's your backside doing today?
It's very well. It's right down here on the floor, actually, now that you mention it.
Yeah, it flashed by the other night quite a few times.
It did. You want to know something? And I didn't even look it up after.
All right. Well, did you see the little clip that I put up though?
No, I didn't watch. I didn't get to watch your clip today. I was cutting grass all day. I didn't have mine and my neighbors.
I actually Googled back of album cover with the 4 colors on it.
Yeah.
Doesn't come up. If it was that easy.
That's a good try though. That's good thinking.
I had to give it a shot.
Actually, talking about, we were all doing grass today because I drove over to
mine
Coburg.
too.
We drove over to get a lawnmower in Coburg.
Did you?
Yeah, but they didn't have the one here in the Home Depot. So there's one in Coburg. So
Did we drive up there?
Nice little drive. Yeah. All right, here it is. There's the top half.
Dun, 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 dun.
And there's the bottom half.
4 colors. Look at that.
Got yellow, green, blue, and red quarters. And then the title track's down here. And then I've what's got redacted with a piece of electrical tape the name of the band. Right there.
So that's an English
everybody,
band, right?
Yeah. Is it George, an English band?
It's an English band.
Yeah.
So people send us a message on Facebook or YouTube, or send us an email. Tell them the email, George.
The email is Heikadelic at 9:30. Oh, sorry,
Heikadelic
9:30 at gmail.com.
Yes.
Heikadelic 9:30.
If you know what the album is, that's the back of the album cover.
If you know the band, and if you know the title of the album, that would be really good.
Did you see what Keisha wrote? She says that's the Windows 98 album cover.
It is very similar.
It does look like it.
It does. You mentioned it, yeah.
And you win a prize.
That's right. I can't see the year of this. I think it was like early 80s.
Wow.
I'll double check that. It's awfully dark in here, actually.
Well, you got enough lights on in there. You didn't think it would be that
I know
dark.
they're all behind me, but here it's dark. Like here. That's an illusion. It's all smoke and mirrors in the Atomic Ballroom.
Yeah.
So you reckon you know that one, Derek? Do you know?
I was going to say, huh? No.
Really?
No, I don't know it. No, I do know it, and I do know it, and I can't think of it though.
Okay.
I do know. I've seen it before. I do know that.
Okay. All right.
And I think, but
You'll have a stab later around 10.
I'm not 100. Yeah, I'm not 100% positive.
All will be revealed.
Jackie thinks it's Wham.
See that? Jackie says, think it's Wham.
No, it's not. It's not Wham.
It's not Wham.
No.
Nice try, Jackie.
Good try.
That's not who I was thinking. Is it okay? Can I ask a question? Is it in that era?
What, in the 80s?
Well, yes. Would have been around the same Wham type of thing. Who I'm thinking of would be kind of in the same category.
It's before Wham and after Wham.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, talking to Kathy, what did you ask her what she thinks of the new Duran Duran release, Invisible?
I don't know if she's on. You can ask her when she gets on, I guess.
I think it's really cool. They've gone right back to. It's really
I haven't seen her name come up yet, so maybe she's not on yet.
A Duranian or whatever they're called.
I know. We did the trivia on her birthday. We had a special little bit of trivia for her.
Yeah.
She's hungry like the wolf.
I think we got 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Everything right. There's about 20 questions. Got all 20. Lyrics,
Kimberly,
lyrics, everything.
Kimberly is guessing Queen.
Ooh.
Kimberly is guessing Queen.
Do we? Okay. Do we put that in the files?
It's not.
Well, no.
It's not
It's
Queen.
not Queen?
I don't know. Let me check. Hang on. Let me see what my little thing says.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. What's this one here?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. That's the sound that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kimberly
that's the
wins a
sound that-
prize.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Montreal heard that horn. It is Queen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job, Kimberly.
Excellent job. Wow. Somebody's on the ball.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
At least somebody is.
Yeah. Someone's paying
All
attention.
right, Kimberly.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think anyone's ever done that in one go, that quick.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Excellent.
Well, not
So,
since me, anyways.
Well, yeah, it's smarty pants you know what I mean?
So I guess we got to get into the competition here now, eh?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the A side or B side. And this week it's 17-14.
Yep.
3 points. And it's Ringo's pick.
All right, Mr. Ringo. It's your
side.
week to blossom, man.
A side.
A side?
A side.
Yep.
Okay. I mentioned to you when we were chatting yesterday, it's all about books. So these are top selling, most popular rock and roll autobiographies.
Ah.
All right. So Anthony Kellis, Red Hot Chili Peppers, his autobiography called Scar Tissue is 15th in the top 50. Most popular. Now, Steven Tyler, I love the title. This is the best title of the book. Does the noise in my head bother you? His
Nice.
Is it more or less popular than Anthony Kellis's Scar Tissue?
I would just like to intervene here, and it's Anthony Kiedis.
Oh, Kiedis, sorry, I'm right.
Yeah.
One of those days today.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. So what do you reckon?
So yeah,
I'm going to go with the second one.
So you're saying that Steve Tyler has sold more than Anthony Kiedis?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can find this here. You're sticking with that. I want to do that. I only do that.
Like that.
I do that
Are
because
you
I'm trying to
sure?
do a sound effect here. You want to stick with that? Okay.
All right, I'll go with the first one.
It's mine.
So you say that Steven Tyler is less than Anthony Kiedis?
Yeah, actually, by a couple of songs.
Okay.
Yep.
Scar.
There you go.
Yeah.
Steve Tyler is actually 50th.
Ah.
Wow.
Nice.
So it's
Yeah.
17-15.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure's on.
Yeah. So we got a couple of listeners that are eager to see Mr. Johnny No Cash. So he'll be coming up around 10:15.
Yes.
Yeah, he's I just been chatting with him and he's getting prepped.
Okay.
So
Wow,
he's
it's
trying to
almost like
find
the fans want to see him more than us. Like,
Oh
come
yeah.
on.
Why not?
That's understandable.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
All right, Heiko.
Yeah.
Autobiography from David Lee Roth, "Crazy from the Heat."
Mm-hmm.
It's at 22 in the all-time top favorite autobiographies.
Really?
Neil Young, Special Deluxe, his autobiography, which came out in 2014.
Right.
Is it more or less popular than "Crazy from the Heat," David Lee Roth?
Wow. I really don't know.
David Lee Roth's came out in 1998.
In 1998. So that was
From the Heat.
back when Sammy Hagar was singing for Van Halen.
Yeah.
Van
Yeah.
Hagar
Yeah,
Mm.
it would be.
against
That's-
2014.
Yeah.
Too.
And Neil
Yeah,
Young,
so that's a big thing there too, because it's like what 15 years for them to accumulate to get more popular. Is that how that works?
Well, it's who was more popular at the time, right? Because if you are very popular right now and you make an autobiography right now, you're going to sell more than you're going to sell in 25 years from now.
Yeah.
The way I look at it,
Are you sure?
that's how I look. That's how I look at it. Doesn't mean it's right.
So you're saying that Neil Young has sold more than David Lee Roth?
Me?
Anybody?
No. You got to pick one, Hike.
Is it gonna
Yeah. I just gonna have to go with that and see what happens, because I really don't know.
So are you going for what? That
Neil Young. Yeah,
That's-
just
that's
because he's
more.
Neil Young sold more.
Yeah.
Well, "Crazy from the Heat," as I said, was at 22. Neil
Yeah.
Young, you said he's more, so it'd be higher, right?
yeah.
He's actually 27.
Nice.
No, 27.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
higher.
No, it's 20 most popular. He's the 22nd most popular. Neil Young is the 27th.
Oh, okay.
David Lee Roth is 5 places.
Oh, I'm confused.
5 places up, closer to number 1.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
So it stays at 17-15, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to pull the point back tonight.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. But it's still 2 if you hit 21 with 2 points clear, you've taken it.
Yeah.
We'll retire the shirt.
So what is the score now? What is it?
17-15.
to Heiko.
17-15 to Heiko.
Yeah.
Oh, he's catching up, Hike.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Let him catch up. It'll make it more fun.
Yeah.
It's just teasing him. It's just like looking behind him. Come on, hurry up, mate.
Yeah. You're that
Yeah,
close.
I had no idea who it would be. I just took a stab at it.
I'm glad I don't have to answer these questions.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got a clue.
Yeah. I don't either. Like I said, a lot of times it's a guess. Like today was a guess. It's just the wrong one. Like you got a
Yeah.
50-50
I'm surprised,
chance
actually.
sometimes, right?
Hey, you got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because I would have thought Neil Young is bigger globally than David Lee Roth. He's got about a gazillion albums, hasn't he?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's what I figured too. But
Yeah.
it's got
No,
nothing to
it's-
do with the albums. I realize
Yeah.
now it's got to do with autobiographies. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
But there,
nothing about
too,
that.
when
So-
was the last time that you've heard anything about Neil Young? You haven't besides his autobiography. You know what I mean? At least David Lee Roth. That's 10 years. He put his autobiography 10 years after he quit Van Halen.
Yeah.
So Van Halen was at their peak then because they had Sammy Hagar, and I'm gonna say publicly at their peak, right?
Mhm.
And probably musically, but so Van Halen was still relevant then, so they're gonna sell more.
Yeah, it kind of works.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I would have gone for the. To be honest, I would have gone Neil Young, like you.
Yeah.
I would have done. Yeah. So, what will it be next week?
Dun, dun,
I
dun,
don't know. It's going to be another stumper, though, isn't it? it's where do you find this stuff?
I don't know. It's like it's like I try to come up with one every week. So one of these weeks,
it's like you find an old pair of pants in a box in the attic, and you pull something out of the pocket, and that's what you're giving us, right?
I tell you, some days I actually do wake up some days and go, "Crap, what do I have to think of?" That's the first. That's the first thing. Isn't it? What do I have to do that more or less challenge before I think of anything?
Yeah, first you got to find out what it's going to be, and then you got to find the stats on it, right?
Yeah. Just get an idea for how can we work that in. Is it higher or lower type of thing, or more or less, bigger, smaller?
Yep.
And what can it be about? Because we've done everything. We've done books, we've done guitars, we've done albums, all kinds of
drums.
Drums.
Yeah.
Keyboards. Stadium, biggest crowds, capacities of theaters, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we're going to have to hurry up and finish this game so we can get on to something new because you're going to run out of questions.
Next will be world records.
That's right. I'm getting near the bottom of the barrel.
Was it the real world record?
Yeah.
That's it.
If anyone's got any ideas out there, let me know.
Yeah.
If we want to become interradioactive.
Yeah, maybe Jackie's got some games there for you that you can think of.
Oh yeah, look at there. Jackie even said Neil Moore. See?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Well,
you sure you got the answer right though, George?
Yeah.
Maybe I was right.
No, it surprised me when I googled it. It came up with the top 50. It was there.
Yeah.
It's all right. You can afford a point at this stage of the game.
Oh, I don't mind.
Yeah, you can afford it.
Yeah.
You've got that leeway, that little buffer, that little cushion.
It's all good.
Yeah. So it's all down to Ringo next week.
Yeah.
Catch another point.
Hey, so my wife's still up racing people all the time. It's hilarious.
Just to hear her exhaust.
With her Jeep all souped up now, it's funny. So many people want to go for a drag. It's hilarious. Or I find myself doing it too. Well, when I drive the car, right? You hear a rumble. So you roll down your window and turn down the stereo and you go, where is that? What is it? And if it's close, you want to get close to it and you want to hear it, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like us old muscle car guys. So we found a guy who was doing that the other day. He was behind her and he's trying to catch up to her. So he just keeps coming up closer and closer. So she just tromped on it. And it was funny. He's trying to keep up, right, to find out what it was.
Yeah.
The fun awesome. You can have.
So I noticed last night.
What's that?
So I went to get a pizza in Ajax, and so there's all these guys ripping around with these BMW 328i's, and I just happen to have one, right? But they've got something on their mufflers, and it just sounds so corny. It's all like pack, really loud. So
they sound awful.
But when they're backfiring them, they're just hitting the rev limiter, right?
Yeah. The thing is, though, you got these guys. They're trying to make a little 4-banger, or even some a 6-cylinder, make it sound like a muscle car, like a good. Yeah. You can't. You just can't. All you do is make a noise. Sounds like a freaking Cessna,
Depending on who does it, some guys, as they used to say with the Hondas, right? You're just putting on a fart can, which is just you're deleting, you're sticking on a resonator instead of a muffler, right?
Yeah.
But like I had a 4-cylinder that was done up, Heiko, and I bet you there's not too many cars that you've owned that would catch it. It was,
quick is one thing, but sounding good,
Oh, it sounded all right.
Yeah.
Nobody complained. It didn't sound like a. If the car is actually tuned, right, like done properly, it's gonna sound good. If it's just some kid who bought a Honda Civic and slammed it 3 inches and wants
put a big pipe
sound,
on the back.
Yeah, It's just a little fart can. He wants to make a bunch of noise. It's like riding a Harley and making it louder, right? Like,
well, and that's the thing. You said the magic word is tuned, because you get the cars. You get a Porsche, you know, a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder Porsche. They sound freaking amazing because they're tuned, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, not a fart can.
I love that term.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
in a few minutes, we've got Mr. No Cash coming on.
Yes,
he's
we do.
actually in the green room right now, so that's great. Yeah, I'm excited to hear about his road experiences, and he's in Saskatoon, and as I said earlier, Jackie is from Saskatoon. So,
hey, so he's in the green room right now?
He is.
So can you see him?
I can see him.
Is he more handsome than the four of us?
I would say than two of you guys, anyway.
Well, I was going to say, if he's more handsome, I think we should do audio only. Okay.
Hey, he's an outlaw. It doesn't matter how handsome he is.
That's exactly right. And I'm sporting the No Cash.
Yeah.
And Celtic Outlaw T-shirt.
Very nice.
So Bling is on from Indie Rock Radio tonight, and I understand that Johnny, they're on the a regular rotation on Indie Rock, right? So
nice. Good for you guys.
So last week when we had Rudy Blair on, I was talking to Indie Rock, and apparently we peaked out. There were a couple of hundred listening, so that's great. And then of course on our socials, we had a good audience. So what a great guest, though, right? And
he was a lot of fun.
Loads of experience. Yeah, and we can't cover everything that he probably could have told us in one episode. So we're definitely, we've asked him to come back, and he said absolutely. So we'd love to have him back.
Yeah, stuff. He's just a wealth of knowledge, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it was kind of like Alan Cross, right? I mean, Alan's Mr. Factual. He seems to be very pragmatic. So for us to get him to chuckle once in a while was really good.
Yes.
But, wealth of knowledge. I listen to Alan as much as I can, actually. I think, Derek, you said you used to kind of go to sleep listening to Alan Cross, right?
Well, I used to work nights, so I listened to him at night. I'd listen to him whenever I could, right?
Yeah. When
he was DJing or his show. Yeah. And then, then I would get into late nights, and you get into your George Norries and damn, coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
Well, you're practicing with your radio voice there, or what?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Actually, that's I heard that the clubs are back open, and in case if anybody needs a dancer, this is Candy.
Nicely done.
So he called me Candy. Well, Candy this. I lost it.
A flurry to the solar plexus.
Yeah.
I used to listen to that every day. Man.
Iron Mike, man.
We brought him back to life, right?
Yeah. Well, Iron Mike was huge, like for influences on me back in the day. I used to just listen to him, his show, 97.7, and then once he passed, it was like it was just not the same anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So we lost a wrestler as well, right?
Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful, yeah. Not to be confused with Mr. Wonderful
or Mr. Perfect
from the Dragons.
That was a shock. I haven't heard of him for a while, and I was on Facebook today, and I saw it, and I was like, oh my God, that's crazy.
Well, it's just old age or something, or accident?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look it up.
No details on it, but yeah.
Yeah. Usually, those big guys like that, their hearts explode. It's because they got too much love.
Yeah.
Really?
Has nothing to do with steroids and drugs and alcohol. But
no. No, I mean there was nothing said about it.
He'd be around forever too, right?
What about like famous people getting bit by spider ants and getting infected and dying that way, right?
Yeah. Look at
I'm asking for a friend, right?
Hey, maybe
Yeah, okay.
maybe you're gonna get some webbed powers here.
Oh yeah.
You never know. It might have been a
Oh.
spider. It might not have been ants. Either that, or maybe you're gonna be Ant-Man.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Morph into
Oh.
little small spots.
Look at Phil just wrote, "We play the champ."
Oh yeah, that's
So that's
awesome.
pretty cool. All right, Phil.
How does that work? Is that like syndicated or yeah? I guess yeah.
I don't know. We got to look into it. I'll talk to Phil, but I mean, just we can definitely do the voice ourselves, but
and it's not the champ, it's the chump.
the chump, yeah.
Well, you just
Well,
do it
ever
with,
since then, they called me
The chump.
the chump. So I stood up to him, and he backhanded me.
Yeah.
Ever since
And
then,
I fell on the floor,
was
but
the
I
chump.
didn't spill my beer.
Yeah.
he backhanded me with his iPhone.
yeah.
Oh, I lost it. Yeah.
And then he slapped me with a bologna sandwich. The Twinkie fell for it.
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
mean, we kind of suck at it, but yeah.
Totally, but whatever.
Yeah.
We were all there. We all heard it. It's always around.
Yeah. Oh,
So Phil's
That's
saying
funny,
they
so-
rotate episodes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hmm.
Have to talk to Phil. Maybe we can rotate some too.
It's-
Rotate on this. Ha-ha!
oh. That's
So-
Is indie rock
Is our
t-shirt
guest itching to come on or what?
itching? Careful choice of words.
Is-
Is Johnny itching?
Johnny's itching.
Itching to bring him on.
He just dropped off. He probably heard our.
That's it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on
He
in.
said, I've had enough of these boys. That's it. Bye-bye.
I gotta grab a drink.
Well, he's on a different time zone, right? So Saskatoon would be. He was in Winnipeg, which I think is an hour, but now he's in Saskatoon, so I think he's a whole 2 hours away.
I don't even think it's
Or,
two. It's an hour.
time shift, right? Is it
Yeah.
an hour? I don't know.
I think Saskatoon will still be an hour.
Jackie, are you two hours ahead of Toronto or behind? Sorry.
What time is it there now?
Yeah. Are you
9:15?
9:15? Yeah. You might feel a small price in your mouth. Whoa.
Calling Jackie. Calling all Jackies. It's at 9:15. Who was
Yeah.
that before Phil? It might be a small face of mouth. Ah,
Oh, Matt.
Matt.
Welcome, Matt.
yeah. Nice to see ya. Look at he's itching to hear him too. Everybody's
Oh.
itching to hear him.
We're all itching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heiko, Ringo was itching last weekend, right?
Oh yeah, he was
Oh,
itching
God.
already.
Itching his arse. What's that?
I've been
Oh.
itching. So without
It's
further
8:15.
ado,
Is he
we're
back?
gonna
Is he
bring
there?
in, he's there. He's. Are you good to go, Johnny? Give us the nod. Give us a wave.
Give us a thumbs up. Give us something.
He's pointing at his mouth. He wants a beer.
Oh, okay.
All
Just
right.
tell him to make sure his pants are on too.
Oh,
right?
does that mean we have to play a song for him? As soon as Johnny comes up, is it Chucker or are we going by Johnny?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, we
okay.
can't hear you. Hang on.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys. I actually set up an external mic. Hopefully it would be a little bit better.
Oh,
That
we
sounds
can
pretty
hear you
good.
great now. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
perfect.
Okay.
All good. So,
Good.
Hey, man, have fun.
yeah. So, do you want us
Welcome
to refer
aboard.
to you as Johnny or Chuck?
Well, Chuck isn't my name at all.
That's,
Oh,
it
it's
says it
not.
right on
Okay.
his profile. Yeah. Chuck's not my
Yeah.
name.
No.
Johnny's
Johnny's
not my
good.
real name either.
Johnny's good. All right.
All right.
Johnny's good.
All right. I'm gonna
So it looks-
just because.
Looks like you're in the real comfortable surroundings there. You're like in a big hotel room or something. Looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a master suite. It's $500 a night, and I've got it up on Airbnb if anybody's interested.
It comes with the
Unfortunately,
roommate
I got to
too,
sleep on
right?
the floor.
Damn. You got fancy lights and everything. That's cool.
So how is it working out?
How's it working out?
Yeah.
Boys, I couldn't be happier. It's
Awesome.
just been an absolute it's just been absolutely incredible. The people, the landscapes of this beautiful country we got, I really haven't had any complaints outside of the fact that I am driving a V8 and it guzzles gas. But man, outside of that, I'm loving life right now. It's a big departure from the last 18 months.
Yeah.
Good
So
for you.
how long have you been on the road?
I think I've only been on the road for about 6 weeks, but I plan on doing this for a very long time.
Wow.
Right
So
on, man.
for
Right on.
people that don't know what you're doing, just explain quickly like what you're up to, what you were doing and what you're doing now.
Sure. So, I mean, I lived in a bachelor apartment there in Toronto for 15 years. Had a good job, had a good chunk of friends in Toronto. Of course, we were playing shows. And then when lockdown happened, just not to get into over dramatic detail, but I started getting really depressed. And I mean, it was bad. And I realized that if I was going to survive this, I had to make some kind of major change. And I don't know how I came across the idea of this van lifestyle, but I did a bit of research and I thought, well, I mean, I'd been traveling in my youth quite a bit. And this is something that I'm pretty accustomed to, even though I'm, getting older now. But I thought, man, I could still do this. So yeah, boys, I literally sold all my stuff, every last bit of it, every sentimental piece of furniture and ornaments and paintings and everything. Sold it all, wiped my life clean, and started over.
Wow, that's
So
huge.
yeah, it is huge. I didn't get storage. I didn't buy storage or anything like that. I got rid of it, mainly because I felt that my past was always going to come back and kind of have some kind of one-up on me if I didn't do that.
Right.
Now, again, everyone's different. I understand. I had lots of cool stuff that I didn't want to sell, but it really just came down to, man, I need to save my life. And that's what I did. I just packed it all up, bought this 1998 Dodge Ram 1500, and packed the only necessities I needed in it and hit the damn road.
Good for you, man.
Wow.
Good
So
for
you
you.
packed your guitar, I guess, then, right?
Yep, I got my guitar up top here.
Nice.
I've got a laptop and all my recording gear. So actually, I'm planning on recording a new record in the middle of the woods, which I don't know too many country artists that have done that. So I'm pretty stoked on getting that done.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, you're a pretty accomplished guitar player, and just your band is awesome. Had you at the music hall and all that, and you guys were in Germany a couple of years ago. Just a awesome band. But in your own right, you can really rock an acoustic. And so I was telling some friends about your journey. I said, hey, this guy used to work in a very commercial type business and just got a van together and, probably using his guitar for gas money and food, because honestly, you pull out that guitar, man, you could busk anywhere and make a small fortune, right? So are you doing any of that, or any thoughts about doing that?
That's a really good question, man. I really do want to start doing some of that kind of stuff, like tailgate parties, bonfire gigs, small stuff very intimate. The one thing is, as much as I absolutely love playing the Oshawa show and those big types of gigs, I really do gravitate more to the small, intimate audiences, small where everyone's talking to each other. There's not cliques of people all around. So if I do get back into it, I think I want to keep it a little bit more low key, if you will. Mainly because 90% of the time, those are the people that are listening to the words coming out of your mouth. Those are the people that you probably have a beer with after the show. They really want to be there. Big shows are always great for exposure and, you know, playing with other bigger bands, like when we played with the Lazies. However, I think I'm kind of getting a little, I don't know, maybe COVID fucked me up, boys, but I'm not attracted to the scene anymore. I really find it toxic. There's a competitive atmosphere. There's not the same kind of camaraderie that I personally enjoy. So, yeah, that's a great question. I definitely want to start doing more intimate shows again. Maybe, and honestly, the way I got this place set up, I could literally open the 2 back doors, have my merch on the doors, and play right on the tailgate. You know, and that's appealing.
Nice.
Yeah,
Do it, man. I'm like, I think that's brilliant, because you've got so much passion when you're playing, and your songs, I mean, it's like storytelling, right? And in that alone, I mean, you guys were great as a band, but you know, I've seen some of your stuff where you're doing some stuff on your own, and it's brilliant. You know,
Thanks, man.
It's rare to have a lot of passion. You know, I play guitar and stuff like that. Light years, you're light years beyond that. That guitar is kind of part of you. But that's, you know, when you were saying you were going to go out and do this, I'm thinking, man, you've got the right stuff to be able to do that. Yeah, get yourself some merch. Do that with your band. Every weekend there's a festival somewhere. I mean, even now with COVID, right? There's a lot of farmers markets and stuff like that, and people just put a can out. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be selling tickets and all of that. You've got the talent and the connection, the immediate connection with an audience that, man, you just open your guitar case and money's going to flow into it.
Well,
so there.
I really, really appreciate that. That genuinely means a lot to me, because I haven't felt that in a long time. So cheers, man. I appreciate you saying that. I do think that cheers, boys. Cheers.
Oh, wow. Cheers. Tra-la-la.
Tee it up.
But that's very kind of you to say, and I think so. This is the other thing too, is me hitting this kind of place, this roadblock in life, really made me realize what I want to do with my life. I may be Johnny No Cash, but the best currency that we all have is time. And I thought to myself, this is the time to give it one good fucking last kick at the can. And a good kick, you know? And I'm literally putting my heart and soul into everything I'm doing from here on out, because it's really the last kind of hurrah, if you will, and nothing can hold me back. No venues telling me you got to wear a mask, or politicians saying this, that, and the other thing. Now I'm kind of taking it all into my hands and doing it myself. If there is another lockdown, well, the hell with it. I can still record a record right here, and I can still do the online thing. I can still hang out with you guys digitally, you know, and I've realized that is what I need to do in order to get my rocks off, if you will.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right on.
So you're actually you're going back to your roots. I've been around Toronto scene for a little while, and I remember you playing acoustically. Like it was, you'd be playing with bands, right? And it's Johnny No Cash by himself. So you're going back to it. Shouldn't be that much of a change really for you. It'll kind of be like putting on an old pair of boots.
Yep.
I like those old pairs of boots. They always fit real nice. They may smell a little bad, but they always fit, and they're great for walking through the marsh. You're right. I like the idea of, kind of going back to what this project really kind of the foundation that it originally was. However, I will say that it does really suck that, we've kind of come to a place that there had to be a decision made, and I'm not saying that the Celtic Outlaws at all is finished. It's just I'm in a different place, and by all means we can still potentially work on things together, but we were a live band, boys. Like we were, we needed to be together. We were brothers. This digital shit that we're trading files back and forth just did not work for this kind of band. We're very organic.
Right.
We're not Static X or Meshuggah or something like that, where you can just send files and then everybody does it and there you go. I'm pretty old school where I want to smell the other guys while we're fucking sweating in the jam room, right? I just like that stuff, and I know it sounds a little weird me saying that, but that energy is just what I crave, and because that was non-existent for the last 16 to 18 months, I had to make a choice, and it was
Yeah, no, and anybody who's ever been in a rehearsal room with 3 or 4 other guys sweating because it's 90 degrees outside and 110 inside, they know exactly what you're talking about. You can't replace that feeling. That's why your songs sound good when you're jamming, and when you hit the studio and you're like, oh no, what the hell is this? It just doesn't feel the same when everything has to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Johnny, I think what you're doing is brilliant again, and you've got look at what you've done here. You've kind of switched your thinking from, not that you were ever materialistic, but you got rid of stuff, right? Stuff has got to be one of the biggest stresses out there. Because I know I got a sea container full of stuff. So to get rid of that and to just bring it down to the basics and live life, experience stuff, new stuff, is, because, the cliche about there's no trailer hitch on your coffin. When you're out there and you're meeting new people and you're using music to connect, today, that's brilliant, because the venues aren't going to go. We were talking to Rudy last week, and who's a huge promoter, interviewer, and he interviews global acts, but he's saying, you know what, this kind of interaction that we're doing right now will have a place moving forward. Venues aren't going to, nobody's hopping on opening up a venue at this point. So the bigger venues are going to get downsized. They're going to ease into that. So the problem becomes economics, right? But you're pushing all of that aside and saying, screw it. You're gonna do it your own way. And like I said, look in your rearview mirror someday. I might be right behind you. I'm working on a bug out trailer for very minimalist. It's got a wood stove, all that stuff, and
nice.
I can't wait to get it going. Planning on spending a couple of days getting back to hunting and fishing a lot more and stuff like that, right? But totally get what you're doing, man.
I don't think I'd be able to. Just when you said hunting and fishing, are you fishing? I did see you the other day on a social media site, and you were quite the catch. Come on, you were posing for that, you were catching that picture.
Yeah,
that's the photographer. The photographer is the one for all the credit. I have been fishing, and I have been cleaning my fish when I can. Uh, I would like to do it a lot more. The difficult thing about this lifestyle is I don't have the same kind of time that most people have. In the sense, sure, I have all the time in the world, but also I don't have the same kind of time. I also don't have the same kind of privacy. So if I want to do work, like for instance, even hanging out with you guys, I'm in a small town called Manitou, Saskatchewan. It's a beautiful, tiny village. It is the most dense water in all of Canada. It is so salty.
Wow.
It's salty. It's saltier than the ocean. Like you can literally float on this damn water. And I met these locals, and I'm having a blast. And I was like, well, guys, I'm sort of, cut it short, but I've got some work to do, where normally, when you have a structured life, you can kind of figure out those time slots to work in.
Mhm.
This is a very, very different bag of worms, speaking of fishing. So it really is. And it's something that I love because I love the spontaneity. I just, it really gets me excited again.
Yeah.
Good. Well,
So,
if you're
tell us
ever back
about
in
some of the
Ontario,
things- Yeah. Tell us about some of the things that you might have seen along the way that were, I guess, things that you feel that you're gonna leave thinking about. Like you've obviously driven through a lot of different towns and cities by now, so you've seen like the goose up in Wawa, right?
Yeah, actually, I did stay in Wawa for a night and had a big ass party right on the beach.
There you go.
Wawa was incredible. Yeah, guys, this is the thing that really, and I'm not preaching or anything, but the thing is that when I was locked up in Toronto and doing the same thing, seeing the same people, going to the same job, riding the same bus every day to and from, I wasn't meeting people that were like-minded. And on this journey, I have bumped into, now I have had to be extremely social. It's something that I had to kind of turn all my antisocial crap that was going on during the lockdown. I had to turn it around, and I had to become a lot more social. And the locals in these villages are just absolute precious gems and angels. They will help you out. They'll give you directions. They'll give you a bottle of water. Whereas I didn't experience any of that in a big city similar to Toronto. Not at all.
Right.
And to be perfectly honest, I've avoided all major cities on my trek because I can't stand the hustle, the bustle, the competitive kind of nature. Everyone's out to get you. And whereas I find these small towns are just all about community, helping each other out and support. And even as a foreigner, like if I'm coming through town, I'm not from their town and I look different, people are still open arms, open mind, and man, it has just completely given me a nice reflection that humanity ain't so bad. It's just maybe the surroundings you're in. And I learned that. Yeah, I learned that real quick. The moment I got out of Toronto, the second I exited the GTA, I was like feeling this weird kind of freedom that I hadn't felt in years.
And
it
you
was
don't
great.
have to go far for that to happen. You just
Right.
got to
You're right.
go an hour and a half, like even where we live, up in Beaverton area. You just have to go that far out of the city, and people's mindset is different. They're I find more down to earth, more polite, more engaging. You
Not so
don't get that at all in a city, and I get it. I couldn't be in a city. I hate the atmosphere, everything, because people don't like to be with other people. Let's say everyone's just into their social media crap, and you can't carry on a conversation with anybody.
Yeah, it's very impersonal, right? And
Yeah, that's what I was trying
you're
to say.
absolutely right. You know, and people are getting hit by cars because they're just zoned on their phone. It's disgusting, actually. I mean, you drive down to an intersection in Toronto, and nobody cares, right? I mean, yeah, I totally get what you're doing, Johnny. I think it's just I'm picturing that driving up the 400, you know, to the likes of, let's say, you know, French River, Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie, you know, or going up through Timmins, all of that. I'm a northern boy, so I love getting back there when I can.
So was that great feeling you had once you were like an hour out of the city? Did you just feel that energy and just reach up and grab that rearview mirror and rip it off and just throw it right out the freaking window, or what?
So
you must have felt something along the way, right?
Yeah. So how do you discipline yourself, like with all these distractions, like, you know, the sights and sounds and everything? As a songwriter, how do you pace your day to actually knuckle down and write something rather than go exploring?
That's a good question. I'll be brutally honest. I haven't been inspired in about 18 months at all. Right. So I've literally just been taking it in for right now. There's only been 2 days out of the 6 weeks I've been on the road that I played guitar. But I'll tell you, those 2 days was just like a regurgitation of good content. It wasn't me fiddling around like, that's okay. It was all good shit. And I think it's because I'm using the my surroundings, and I'm taking it in, and now I'm writing it on paper. It's almost like, rather than writing a journal every day, you take in, you know, a month's worth of experience, and then you just kind of get it all out, and it's all connected. It's been now to answer your question like properly, I am looking to go out into the woods very, very soon to record the next body of music, because I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready now, and I feel good about my headspace. I feel good about my vision and what I want to do with this next piece of material. And rather than forcing it, because during lockdown I was forcing myself to do things because there was nothing to do. And that, I mean, I will say I'm really proud of this new EP coming out on Friday, but at the same time, it was tough to write because I was really depressed and I wasn't having any kind of real inspiration other than pure negativity. So this the EP that's coming out on Friday is probably one of my most bitter. And it's funny because I'm so happy now, but it's very bitter.
That's funny.
Good way to get it.
You know what?
Right?
That's exactly. Yeah. That's part of shedding the load, I suppose. But
absolutely, man.
Yeah. No, it's super cool. So, what do you plan to do?
Sorry.
When you get to let's say Vancouver, right? The coast. Yeah. What are you gonna head back? Are you thinking the U.S. might open up, or what's your plan?
Yeah, I really want to go to the States. I really want to sneak into the States somehow and try. And first of all, I've never really explored the United States. I really want to see like the Wild Wild West and where all the old cowboys used to travel down. I think that would just be an absolute. I honestly, I really need to experience in order to write. I'm not like not to. This is just my process. I'm not talking about anyone else, but for me, I need to write about tangible, real, authentic things. I can't be singing about fantasy. I can't be singing about a book I read. I need to sing about things that I feel and things that I've experienced, and that's why it's genuine. I mean, anybody can read Lord of the Rings and write 4 records, and that's just not me. I'm not dissing these types of bands, but that just doesn't appeal to me, nor is it challenging. I want to experience it so the listener can go along with my journey rather than someone else's written journey.
Right.
So yeah, I do want to go into the States. I want to. This next thing that I'm going to probably write will be about this chapter, and then maybe once I get into the States, so that'll be a different one.
Nice. Now,
Yeah.
how far do you have any spots that you're thinking exactly? Like you say, the Wild West. Like, are you thinking like heading, somewhere down by Mexico, or like what's Wild West to you?
Well, to be honest, I don't have any plan, none whatsoever.
Awesome.
I don't have any plan at all. I really just want to, like I said earlier, boys, the greatest currency we have is time. And I want to use my time as if I only have a couple bucks in my pocket. I want to use every cent in the best possible way, the best investment. So if I only have $3 in my pocket, well, I really need to ration that properly, and I got to figure out how I want to use and spend that time. And I really want to do that with, my time on the road. So wherever the road takes me and wherever my gas tank will get to the next gas station, I'm cool with it. And I think that all those small little experiences are going to make up for an incredible journey. I'm not expecting some big adventure, but me even being in the small town of Manitou is just one small penny that I was able to spend, and I love it. It's that kind of stuff that is very valuable to me. More valuable than all the possessions I sold. It's more valuable than making sales and things like that. So ultimately, that is the point. Yeah.
So,
Johnny, what about family? Do you have? Is your family? I guess you were originally from the West Coast, right?
No, actually, I'm not. I'm actually from the East Coast, in the
East
Ottawa
Coast,
Valley.
okay.
Well,
right.
yeah, I'm from the East Side. My family's super supportive. Everybody has been extremely supportive about this decision, considering my age. So, I mean, they know that I'm a nomad. I've always been a nomad, and I've always kind of, done my own thing. So me making this decision hasn't really shocked them at all. If anything, they're just like, be safe.
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you ever worry about a flat tire or the van breaking down or anything like that? Or just go?
Are
Don't
you
think-
mechanically inclined?
I have thought of that. That is a slight concern. I do have a spare tire, and I can change one, but at the same time, when it comes down to proper mechanics, that could be a problem. Now, just to let everybody know, I've never in my entire life claimed EI, and I was luckily enough that my job laid me off for this decision, even though it was technically a quit, and they laid me off. So I technically have about a year's worth of income that I paid into to support this journey, and hopefully, if I can continue to make content and more music and more merch and stuff like that, maybe that could be a little bit of a source of income that could help. And I really do hope that could be the case. I don't want to ever be well off. I just want to be well off enough to, make a sandwich and put some gas in the van.
Yeah, but you're going to be rich with experience, and the thing you got to do is get that guitar case open and start strumming, man. You're gonna make all kinds of cash. Johnny will have cash.
Well, I appreciate that. It's really important.
What's the story behind the name for anybody that's wondering? Johnny No Cash.
Johnny No Cash. It's a funny story. It's a great story. So I was playing these biker shows, like 15 years ago. Like this project is quite old. And I was playing these biker shows, just doing my own thing. And my original name was Murdered. I know it because at the time, now hear me out. At the time, I was singing about like the most brutal, it was all acoustic, very similar to what I do now. But it was all like the darkest acoustic stuff you'd ever heard. And so Murdered, it was just like, hi, I'm murdered, meaning I'm dead kind of thing. And one day I tried to recreate the famous Johnny Cash photo from Folsom Prison when he's giving the finger to the guards. And it turned out so bad, it was embarrassing that I just spewed out, well, that's like Johnny No Cash. And I was broke at the time anyway. and because it was just such a pathetic recreation of this proper outlaw in my mind. I was such a huge fan of Johnny Cash and his legacy. And it was just such a poor, I'll never forget the photo too. But it literally, the moment it came out of my mouth, it was like, that's it. And it's because I've been inspired by country music and folk, and I sang a lot similar to Johnny Cash in the sense of, speaking for the underdog, speaking for the down and out, and speaking the truth, not just candy coating their songs, talking about real stuff. And I just thought, man, this is it. So I think the next biker show I had was my first Johnny No Cash show, and I actually remember the flyer that I made on Microsoft Paint. It had a cover charge of $1 million. I know it was just a joke, but I mean, it was just one of those things that it just happened so naturally, and it worked. It works with how I play and what I sing about, and also my huge respect for the Man in Black himself. So it's just, yeah.
Right on.
Very cool.
Well, here's to Johnny Cash and No Cash.
Yeah.
Oh well. Cheers.
So Johnny, we're coming up on the hour, so
yeah.
we're gonna wrap up. But would you come back on again? We're very curious about your journey. As one of one of our guests on Facebook said, listening to your journey is incredible. So
oh, nice.
We have, a bunch of questions, and as you move through your journey, we'd like to hear more about it. So I'd like to get you on again.
I'd love to be on again, and hopefully I got proper reception. But I do want to tell your audience that about the EP that's coming out this Friday, if that's okay. Right. I know we are coming up on the hour. I do have
plug
to
anything
say,
you want. Go for it.
I gotta say that for any of my previous fans, this is going to be a huge throwback, but also a huge departure. And I think that this is the best way of being outlaw country, or death country as we like to put it, as possible, because I've really grown over the last while, and this short EP, man, I wish it could have been longer, and I had a full-length record, but that's another story. That I'm really proud of this, and I'm really excited to showcase the diversity that I've kind of inherited over the last little while. And I've got a video coming out that I did. Everything. Oh yeah, one last thing is everything is DIY. With the
Awesome.
Celtic Outlaws, we went to Michigan to do everything, and we got a professional videographer and a professional editor. This is none of that. This is me recording in my own apartment. It was mixed by Corey, who's the drummer of the Celtic Outlaws, and which he's never mixed like a proper release recording before. And the video was shot DIY on the day I left Toronto by my buddy Jesse from Dropout Entertainment. So this is as punk rock as it gets, and I'm very, very proud and happy that, you know, you don't need money. You don't need a bunch of bells and whistles to get your point across, and that's what I'm so happy about with this particular release. Is it is literally as simplistic as it gets. And for any listeners out there that are wanting to start their own band or be a solo artist or just be a musician in general, you don't need a bunch of stuff. You know, you can do it yourself. You really, really can. And don't think that your wallet needs to play a factor in the fact of you getting your music and your message out there. So.
Yeah.
This Friday, Chapter 1 comes out. It's a 5-song EP, and any merch that's bought, you get the EP for free. And of course, all the proceeds go to me and this journey. So anybody that buys stuff, I really appreciate it, and you're helping me continue on.
So
Right
where
on.
did they go to
I'll be on it.
to find it? Where did they go? Do you have a website or something, or?
Yes, I do. First of all, I do want to say, and I'll make this quick, people can DM me directly because it will be cheaper. Now, of course, I'm going to have a lot of messages coming in, so I hope people are patient. But I want people to save money, and I don't want people to overpay for anything. So if they DM me, then we can do an e-transfer and we can do it that way. But if people don't want to do that, which is understandable, they can go to johnnynocash.bandcamp.com and they can buy directly from Bandcamp where they can track it. There's Bandcamp fees. And as much as Bandcamp's been great to us and me, but if people want to go directly to the source and save a few bucks, they can just DM me, whether it's Instagram on Johnny No Cash Official or the Facebook page.
Nice.
Buy
Okay,
merch,
Johnny,
people. Buy merch.
We'll see if we can get the links up on our site as well. And, because we do get a lot of traffic. And then, of course, Indie Rock Radio, you're on rotation over there. Phil's a big fan. So I'll talk to him about getting something up on that site. So anything we can do to support you along the way, man, just reach out. I think, again, we all think what you're doing is brilliant. And
Yes.
and it's,
Thank you all, man.
I think you're living the dream.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
Mike,
glad
you
you
wanna
did
take
this
it?
for your mental health too. Like there's so many people
Yeah.
during COVID in the Toronto scene who've passed away by their own doing or drugs, alcohol, whatever.
Yep.
So good for you for noticing that you needed to get out there, man, and you did it. Like that's awesome.
Thanks, man. And yeah, like if anybody is going through hard times, message me. I mean, I'm not any therapist, but at the same time, man, like I've lost so many friends over the years to mental health and depression. So please reach out to people. You gotta reach out, and I'm not saying it doesn't need to be me, but reach out to friends and family and just make it clear that you're not bullshitting. Like, this is a serious thing because, man, if I hadn't have made this decision, I might not be on the show right now. I'm serious about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know, there's something really cool I'd like you to do if possible. I know it's hard for you to come back on the show more often, but if you're at a place, or you're in a town, or you're with a group of people and you're just feeling something and you want to express it, take your phone out or whatever you have and do a little recording, just speaking or whatever, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want, and send it to us. And if you do this along your journey, what we'll try and do is we'll try and play these little snippets and stuff in our show so people can follow your journey as you go. What do you think of that?
That's great, and I'll definitely do that. I got the time, and I think that's cool. The thing is, guys, is things like this, little chats. A lot of people just talk rock and roll, and they don't talk about the heart of rock and roll and the soul of what drives these musicians to sing about the things that they do. Most people take it for face value. Man, we're going through, well, not everybody, but I mean, some of these people are going through some real rough shit. So whenever you hear a singer or somebody singing about real topics, it's not phony. This is somebody that's going through something.
Yes.
So,
and a lot of musicians, this is their outlet. Some people talk to therapists, some people play tennis. Musicians play music, and as I said, the last year and a half been kind of crazy for musicians.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody's got a story.
Everybody does have a story, and not everybody wants to tell their story, and that's okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But everyone should be able to have somebody to talk to if they need to talk to somebody. And if you don't have anyone, please, for the love of God, reach out to somebody, whether it's a helpline or a shitty family member that you didn't talk to for years and years. Because, man, I'm telling you right now, life has never been so good for me because of the decision I made. It's never been so good. And I wouldn't trade how I'm feeling right now for all the shows in the world.
Awesome.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's inspiring.
It is.
Yeah.
Good.
It is.
That's why I'd like to try and keep in touch. You have a message
I
for
definitely
people,
will.
share it with us. Yeah.
I will, and I'll shoot you off a couple snippets, videos here and there throughout the weeks, and I hope you guys all take care. And thanks a lot for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Yeah, great
All
story.
right, so travel safe, my friend, and we will be in touch very soon.
All
Michael,
right, well,
you're
that sounds good.
Take this out.
Yeah. You're driving a Dodge.
Right.
You're in good hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
right,
thank
boys.
you very, very much, Johnny No Cash, for coming on. It's been a pleasure. And I also want to thank the guests that were part of our show tonight. Was Jackie, Kimberly, Ashley, Phil, Keisha, Frankie, Matt, Kathy, Sean, and Laura. That's pretty awesome. So find a name for your journey as well. Johnny's journey, whatever you call it. We've got to have a name for your journey.
Something will come up.
Yeah, it'll come up. All right. Thanks,
guys.
everybody. Thanks for being here. And we're going to see all you back here next Monday night at 9:30 on the Heikadelic Show. Rock on.
Cheers, y'all. Thank you.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca.